Hello, so my name is WYA, and today we will be doing sort of impromptu guide about Beastmaster 4 position and just Beastmaster in general. So this is a game I just got done playing. Been wanting to make some guides for a while, but I haven't really had the time. I've been busy with some other projects. So this is just sort of like a experiment to see if you guys are interested in the idea. So in this game I didn't start with full starting gold. I was tabbed out. It looks like I lost some gold. Obviously, if I had 125 gold, I would buy tangos here, but the key thing is starting with Iron Talon. And usually, you're going to get better farm than I did in this game. However, in this game, I was against a bounty hunter, and it would have been a similar situation if I was against a Riki. It was even more popular in PUBG these days. And you'll see it does slow me down a bit. Something I like to do with Beastmaster at the very beginning of the game, and I could have done it better this game, is to scout for the enemy offlaner putting his ward down, and at the same time I like to try and block for my mid laner. So in theory I could just have my boars where I am right now, and I could have my hero over in mid lane near the tier 3 to get a really good block for my mid. And I think this is a very valuable thing to be doing if you remember to. And you'll see I sent my boar here to block mid. It's a little bit too late, and could have played it a bit better. And so I just got a glimpse of the bounty hunter, and I figure he's gonna start coming to mess with me. So I think I'm just right here. It looks like I'm just waiting for the bounty hunter to show, because I know he doesn't have infinite mana. So here he is. He finally shows up, and he has to use 50 or 65. It used to be 50, 65 mana. Let's go back to Invis again, and you notice I microed the courier, put in the trees because I wasn't sure exactly where he was at that time. So now that I see him in mid lane, I'm gonna send the courier back, and I've already preemptively started walking into the offlane camp to try and avoid him as much as possible, because even if he can't kill me, I don't want to share the experience. And so usually you don't have to get a stout shield. You can just get a headdress, or you can get tranquil boots straight away. But because I'm against bounty hunter, I want to make sure I'm not low, and I don't want to give him any free kills, because that kind of experience can really help a bounty hunter's game, really turn the game against you. And it's important that I don't give anything to the enemy team, because I'm not really helping my team right now. So I just want to make sure I also am not helping the enemy team. So here I am. I'm asking him to give me his salve so I can bring it to him, but he just ends up walking over, and that's fine. So here I'm going to start hitting some creeps some more, and usually I would just go and hit them until I'm almost dead, and I would buy out and then let the creeps kill me. But because I figure he's right here, I can't do that. So he actually almost gets me here. I just put the boars on him, run to the tower. I'm ready to run around circles on the tower if he dives me, so he knows that he's not going to get the kill, and he backs off. So this is slowing me down a lot. I would be level 3, maybe level 4 at this point, but honestly it's not that bad, because if Bounty Hunter was mid, my mid player could be really shut down. He could be dead 2 times by now, or he could be killing my safe lane. That Tide Hunter is causing a lot of trouble, but no, he's just following me. That's fine. If you're not playing as Bounty Hunter, the Tranquil Boots is very viable. You just drop them a bit, kind of like an axe when you're jungling, and the movement speed from Unbroken Tranquils helps you get close to land Roar. So it's really quite good. But because I'm against Bounty, I don't want to mess with the Tranquils, so I'm just going to stray for the Headdress. In a better game, I might get boots first, just having denied myself to neutrals when I need to go back to base because I'm low. And here he steals one of my creeps, so I at least cancel his clarity. And let's see how much mana he has left. He still has like 3 invises, maybe a 4th in a bit after, and he's just sitting on the high ground leeching my experience. So you see, I'm already running across the map, and if he wants to follow me, it's going to cost him at least 1 invis to go through the mid lane. And actually at this point right here, you can see, let's rewind a second here. At this point right here, I circled the map, you see that? I'm telling him Bounty Hunter is coming to flank him, and I see how low he is, he's super vulnerable. And by the time he shows up, it's too late, he's already gotten hit, he's dead. And I don't know how much you can do about that. At least I warned him. So as soon as this guy shows up, I know he probably has a ward on one of the 2 cliffs, either to the north or to the west of me, or east I should say. And let me just check that right now. Alright, he doesn't have a ward. It must have just been instinct. I think the Bounty Hunter was telling him that I was going north. And, you know, you used 80 mana to pressure me. It's fine. I just go back here. Because I'm pretty sure I saw Bounty Hunter in mid lane. Yeah, I see him in mid lane right now. Is that Bounty? Where's Bounty? How did I know Bounty? I knew Bounty Hunter wasn't here though. Anyway, it's not too important. Even if Bounty Hunter was here, I have a bunch of tangos, I have a stout shield, got the Boris is slow, and should be fine. And what I'm trying to do is pull the creeps back from the camp and hit them so I don't take too much damage. This isn't necessary, but because I don't want to be low, I'm going to do it. And usually I just move the boar back and I attack move it towards the camp within myself. I micro the hero individually, try to walk to and from the camp in between hits. So anyway, let's fast forward a bit, go into 2 times at least, and see how this progresses as I get closer to level 6. In a really good game, you could be level 6 at minute 5 with the right camps and with the right farming. So he went to check the rune, so he's not. I noticed I was getting full experience. When I killed this creep, I was like, oh shit, I'm almost level 4. He must have been checking the rune, and I saw it was 6 minutes. So I figured he had bot rune. And look at that, he just ran and dove my bot tower with a haste rune. I'm sending a boar to try and help him out, but it looks like he's fine. And here's something kind of cool you can do, is you can last hit with boars while your hero moves around the map, or while your hero is farming jungle creeps. And that's always nice. If you can get away with farming a jungle camp while a lane with your boar is also being farmed, that's going to really boost your GPM. Sort of like how you do with Terrorblade. I always try to keep my Hawk off cooldown and get some vision wherever it seems like might be most useful. Right here, don't have any vision around the north of mid tower, so I'm just trying to put the Hawk there to see if I can catch a glimpse of the bounty before he uses invis, because even though he's invis and I don't have sentries, he's not going to be using it constantly. So if you can get vision of the areas where he will go invis, you kind of have an idea of where he's at. And this game is not going well for us. Like, ideally, I'm already level 6, I'm getting rotations in by now, but I'm still level 5, it's minute 9. I'm worried about the state of the game at this moment, and because my PA is having a really tough time. And that hero doesn't play that well from behind. Especially because he's going for like a Battle Fury build or something. So I know I'm going to have to make a lot of space, so What I'm going to end up doing is going for a strategy where I go and draw the enemies to their safe lane. So you see me here, I'm in our off lane, and identify that they're not really bringing enough heroes to this lane, so get a good kill, draw some rotations, and this is making space for my PA to try and catch up. So let's see the network on PA just for reference here. So he's not too far behind actually, he's doing okay, but could be better. He's actually doing a lot better than I thought he was at this point in the game. So anyway, I just got this kill with Timber, he had to go heal, so I figure, hey, maybe he'll want to smoke. So I ask him if he wants to TP mid, I'll smoke him. He does. We go mid for easy kill. Probably didn't even need to roar, but I didn't want him to shockwave Storm. I didn't know shockwave was up. It probably wasn't, but better safe than sorry. Roar's on a long cooldown. And you'll notice I'm not going for the Necro first, I'm going for the Vlads first, and that's because I want to be able to hit creeps with my hero without getting low, and I don't want to have to go back to base. If I get a Vlads, I'm going to be getting low. Especially if I'm not micro. Like, you can use Vlads and like micro your Boris, so the Boris is going to expire soon tanks for you and then you don't get low. But what I want to do ideally is have my Boris CSing in lane while I CS in jungle. And I'm going to take the enemy jungle, basically. I'm going to play as sort of like a brood mother, or a nature's prophet. So, the enemy team has really good team fight. They have Magnus RP, they have Titan and Ravage, they got Overgrowth, and they have track movement speed, and a really dangerous Ursa that I think just got the Roshan. He hasn't gotten it yet. We'll soon though. Let's see this again really quick here. So I was mid, or I was top. I don't know why. I TP'd mid. So I was top, and here the play was to stay top. But my PA got on the mic and he was like, help me out, help me out. What he actually wanted was to blink strike, but I already started my TP, so I was like, fuck it. Let's go, let's see what we can get here. And really there was no opportunity, so I just started walking top. But the thing is, if I start walking top and a fight breaks out mid, then I'm not going to have TP, so I just figured I'll go for it. And my Timber went super ham, and it ended up not being the play. You know, like, I should have just let Timber die. Or Timber should have just let me initiate. I don't know what the play was there, but we got rocked. And this sort of solidified my understanding of the game being one where we couldn't fight head on. Like, the RP alone destroyed us. They didn't even have to use Ravage. So I figure he's Roshan right now. There's nothing I can do about it. So just like before, I'm gonna go top. I should have never left the top lane. Because I left top, it really kind of created the space for them to Rosh. Because otherwise, if they had Roshed, I would have been able to get something top. So I'm telling my team, I'm gonna go top. I'm gonna farm the enemy jungle and force a TP. And when somebody does TP, we're gonna kill them. For a second, I thought my team might want to defend mid, but I realized there's no fucking way. So I'm going top, I'm telling my team I need +1 to get the kill when somebody TPs. So hopefully somebody will start walking up here. So I'm not showing my hero in the lane. And I probably could be hitting the tower right now, but just for like a defensive thing. Like, I want to avoid getting caught. Because if they TP somebody top and I can TP to help my team, we're going to have a numbers advantage. If they TP somebody top and they cancel my TP or kill me, then it doesn't really accomplish as much. All it does is trades my location for enemy location 1 for 1. But if I can TP away, it gives me a 5 versus 4 advantage when I TP back. So let's go back and see what just happened right there. So this is kind of a critical moment where I'm telling the PA, be ready to go kill the person that TPs. So then, for no reason, he just blink strikes, or not blink strikes, stifling daggers the guy before I get close enough to roar. And then it really sort of, not only did it alert the guy to the fact he's there, but it also drew aggro of range creep, which revealed my position, so I wasn't able to flank for the roar. I mean, he had a double damager, and it would have been a really easy kill. But anyway, not much I could do. I told PA, well, I don't know what happened there, man. I was discussing with him the plan, being to kill whoever TPs. He was like, I'm sorry, my bad. And anyway, I knew that they were all going to rotate after seeing me for a second. Even just catching a glimpse like that, they're like, oh shit, there's like danger up there. Let's go fight them because they want to fight. But I know as soon as they see me, they're going to send more people than I want, especially with PA there, having seen both me and PA. So I back off, and I was trying to Iron Talon these two trees to get over to this camp. I missed the tree, but you know what? I have access anyway. It's no problem. I have the Bassi Aura Lads to get my mana back anyway. I got a CM Aura also, so I don't mind using the axes here. Usually you want to be more conservative on mana without CM Aura, especially without Vlads. So this guy has an Aegis, and it's going to expire at like 1930 or something, so I'm telling my team, don't fight the Aegis. If somebody gets caught, just abandon ship. Like, do not take a team fight right now. So we're gonna lose a T2 here on bot lane. There's nothing we can really do about it because they have the Aegis, they have Ravage, they have RP. So I'm just trying to pressure top and get my Hawk in position to see when they TP in or when they flank me. So having one Hawk to the south to see if somebody's like approaching from over there, like maybe by TPing to the T2 mid, like this area. But I think you can see them all 5 on the map right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. And right now I'm checking to see who has a TP, and I realized every single one of them has a TP. All 5, dude. And I was like, that's spooky. Usually you're not gonna see them all with TPs. So anyway, I'm telling my team, Aegis is about to expire. It's really close. Don't engage. Just poke at them. Try and stall. Do not fight. So they're doing a great job stalling. And I'm hitting the tower. Actually, if you see, this is my perspective right here. I'm watching the fight to see if my team is engaging. Hopefully they're not. They just fired, and this guy just TP's up on me. I'm not sure if he TP'd in vision. He TP'd right in vision. And he makes the mistake of immediately bolting me. So I just TP out. Like, obviously, waited, I wouldn't have been able to gotten out there, but even still, it's good because I could buy back and fight this 5v4, and he can't get back. So even if I die there, I can still buy back and fight a 5v4. Luckily, he ulted too early. Even if he ulted later, if I played it better, I could have de-aggroed. I wouldn't get hit by the tower, and I would have still maybe survived. But anyway, all the same, you can see here, the Aegis expired, and it's 4v5, so they actually get completely run over. Well, let's just see it once again. The effect of 4v5 plus the Aegis expiring on the enemy team. Where's the rewind button? Here it is. Okay. So, at this moment that I've gone back to the base, I'm telling my team, no tree, go, 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 Aegis is gone, I'm coming, go, go, go. And I'm not even waiting to full HP. I'm running at there, 600 HP. I know this fight is won. I just need to get there and cast 4. So, enemy team, if they were good, they could have maybe full retreated. I get the roar off on the Magnus, because I don't want him to blink RP. That's one of the few ways they can win the fight. Now, I don't know what happened to Tidehunter. I don't know why he didn't Ravage it there. Maybe he figured it wouldn't have done anything, like it would have been a Ravage that led to no kills, so he wanted to save the cooldown for when he's up in 20. Look at me. Oh, what happened is my team softened him up substantially, so here's Tidehunter, and he's playing really aggressive, but then he gets softened up by CM and Timbersaw to the point where he wants to Ravage, but the team's just playing keep away, and then he just gets killed basically with it before he has a good opportunity. Alright. Anyway, let's go forward. We already saw Dota crashed. Alright, so well, Let's see. Get this replay going again. So at this point in the game, the enemy team started getting pretty tilted, because that's what happens when you get split pushed. You know, you don't really know what to do. You feel like you're so strong, you've already won the game. Like, they feel like they've already won the game. And when they get split pushed like that, they get really mad because they feel like the game's in the bag, and like, why is it not easy? You know, like, they did everything right in the early game, and they were, you know, they had Aegis, they had RP, they had Ravage. Why can't they just get Rax? You know. So I'm not sure exactly where that was. Go around a bit here. Oh, it was like 19 in the game timer. Right, okay, so this is right after the fight ends. And so I was talking to my team at this point. I'm telling them, you know, did they use Ravage? They're telling me, no, they still have Ravage. I'm like, okay, well, they also still have RP. Oh no, I was telling them they use it. What did they? Well, anyway, we were discussing the ults that were off cooldown. Sorry, I lost focus with the crash. And so we were telling them, you know, or we were discussing that we still really don't want to fight 5 versus 5. We just want to keep riding. And I'm telling them I'm going top. I'm going to go pressure top again. So something that I like to do is I like to send my newest hawk to the closer location and my older hawk to the more risky location, so that if it's going to die, there's never going to be a period where I'm left with no hawk, right? So if I lose a hawk, it's going to be my almost dead hawk. Like right here, you'll see I just lost my almost dead hawk. But my newest hawk that I just spawned is in a more safe position. I'm not going to lose that one, and it's going to... And anyway, they already did their job. I know that the enemy is rotated to the top lane, because they learned their lesson from when I split push before. They're like, oh, you know what we gotta do is we gotta kill the people in our jungle, and then we gotta push. So I figured that's what they're thinking. So this is where I back off. I hit some ancient creeps. These trees should be dead. The replay is bugging out. And, you know, send a hawk to scout. Obviously, I get snuck up on by the bounty in the tree, but just by seeing heroes that aren't invisible, I might assume that there's invis heroes on me already. So I'm going to start running just by seeing somebody. I'm pretty sure the net worth graph won't work because I skipped through the replay. It only works if you watch it straight through. Let's see. Okay, it looks like it's working. Hard to say for sure, but basically they were really far ahead, and then when they pushed and lost the Aegis, we got back 5,000 net worth. You know what? Some people say 5,000 net worth isn't that much, but what I did is I played it defensively. I didn't take the risk. I think with their spell was 5,000 net worth was a lot. And so we managed to get back what they were ahead, but we're not really ahead enough to fight them. We need to be more ahead than this to fight them head on. So we're going to keep riding. And so here I'm telling PA, hey, look, you can farm enemy jungle. It doesn't matter if I'm farming enemy jungle or you're farming enemy jungle. The point is just to pressure top and kill whoever TPs. So at this point, I have 2 Necrobook recipes. I would use my Necrobook, but I don't want to use it without these recipes. So I'm going to save it for after I TP back. And when I see the Tides TPing, I figure if I try and roar Tide and kill him with PA, he's just going to get Ravage off because of his passive, right? So it's just not an option. He'll Ravage and his team will TP in. So what we do is we call for a fight 4v5. However, I made the mistake of TPing all the way to base because I wanted to get my item. Probably could have TP'd closer to the fight and not cause CM and Timber to kind of die. Luckily, Timber has a Bloodstone, and I am finally here with the Necro 3 because I to base. So I go for the Ursa, and well, now that the Ursa is dead, it's just a matter of summoning a Hawk for Vision on the Beastmaster, on the Magnus, get him with the Beastmaster Boars, and it looks like PA cleaned up the bounty. And now the enemy team, if they were tilted before, now they're really tilted. They lost their advantage, and now we have an advantage. Let's look at the net worth. It hasn't updated yet. You'd think it would be higher. It might go up a little bit more. We'll see in a bit. So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, you know, they're all dead. Maybe we can take Roche really quickly. But my team is really chasing down this Tidehunter. Like, they want to get him. And maybe if I ran towards them, I could have helped them. And it does kind of look like they might have gotten him, but he gets the blink off, he TPs. And the opportunity to Roche is over, but I'm still kind of wanting to do it, thinking maybe they won't realize I have Hawks, you know, because if I can see them with my Hawk, then I'm not scared to Roche. But if they all suddenly disappear like they smoked, then I have to back. So it doesn't really cost me too much to try, as long as I have vision on them. And so at some point here I get spooked. They all disappear from my vision. I'm like, you know what? I see somebody coming towards me. They probably know Roche is up. I'm going top. So, you know, if we'd immediately Roche instead of chasing Tide, there's probably an option. But ultimately, we end up having to give them Roche, because if we were to contest Roche, we would give them what they want, which is the fight with Tide, or fight with Tidehunter, fight with Madness Ult, fight with Trio, probably a bunch of track kills, and they're probably still going to get the Aegis, because we're very single targets. CM is very single target, I'm very single target, Storm is very single target, P is very single target. Like, we really don't have AoE disable at all. I'm pretty sure we just get crushed if we fought that. Now the good news is PA has a BKB for next fight, and that's what I was talking about earlier when I was pushing before the second fight. After, like, the second fight that we took on a numbers advantage, I was saying, look, PA doesn't have a BKB, they still have ultimates, we'll keep ratting. So now this is the third time that they're going to go for a push, and I'm going to rat. And this time, I'm pretty sure when somebody TPs, we do actually kill them. Let's speed it up a bit. So once again, PA is showing the lane this time. You know, they see my boards, they kind of know I'm here. And PA actually TPs back. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back now. I'm kind of confused why he went back. But I see that it's the Tidehunter, but this time I have Necro 3. So I don't know if you saw that. So my Necro Book was tanking the tower, and I needed the damage from the Necro Book to kill this guy. So I de-aggro the tower with the Necro Book. I keep hitting him, and I check his mana. And I see he has no mana, but then he mangoes and he has mana again. And I just keep hitting the tower when he had no mana. Now I start running away, and he's still chasing. And I'm thinking about TPing back, but I don't really have anything to offer by TPing back. And I see he's starting to get low, so I start going for the kill with the Boar slow. I have the Vlads, I use the axes, and at this point Magnus buys back, so I just cancel his blink with the boars and I go for the TP. Now I didn't know if he had skewer or not, but I figured he just died, skewer was on cooldown and RP was on cooldown. And it was, so I managed to get out. And so at this point they lost Bounty Hunter, Tree, and the Magnus who died and bought back, and the Tidehunter who tried to defend. So at this point you could say the game is all but won. And it was just a series of 3 different times they tried to push, and they had somebody split pushing their safe lane. You know, it's just still a T1 bot. I don't even care about that tower. I'm going to win the game without ever going to push T1 bot, because there's no reason for me to. If I'm in the off lane, or enemy safe lane, I can farm this jungle. And it's further from Roshan, which is the area which they're always trying to contest. Like, they generally have wars in this area throughout the game. So anyway, I don't really remember at this point what happened. I'm not sure if we fought them head on, but I think we could have. Oh, this is weird. My team starts throwing a bit. This guy's dewarding a sentry. It's not of any importance that they get my sentry. I even have 2 more to replace it. And he kind of just YOLO'd for the Shrians. And he's going to lose some Bloodstone charges for it. There's not much I could do to help there without dying. I try to slow with the boars, but I think I put a sentry down right here and I see the tree. It might be a little bit later. But anyway, I slowed with the boars, I did what I can, and I thought about TPing out, but what I realized is they're probably going to split up right now. And I might be able to get a kill with my Necrobook and my Roar. And if you see enemy perspective, you see, yeah, this guy's continuing. These guys are all split up. And I was hoping he would go one more wave. And I have my Hawk to try to see if he's going one more wave, see if there's anybody behind me. But unfortunately, he didn't go one more wave. That was smart by him, because I was actually waiting to kill him. So I just give up, start pushing. My team's telling me they're bot. At least Ursa is. And my team wants to fight head on. And the thing is, we're not even 5 right now, and I still have really big AoE ults. And this is where I put the sentry down. I kind of sense that it might be an opportunity to kill Bounty if he's too overextended and get away. Like I just Roar Necro him, but when I see the tree and he's way closer than I expected, I asked him to immediately back away, put the boars on him. I have no idea why Timbersaw went so deep. Because if you look at our carry, man, he's not with Travels and he's not there, so. Anyway, it's fine. Storm and Timber had Bloodstones anyway. And here I think I put a sentry down, hoping that. Yeah, I should have put the sentry down sooner. But as soon as I saw the Ursa blink on me, I knew that there had to be some cause for sentry. So I just go ahead and roar him, take his mana away, and put a sentry down. But then I don't chase because I know there's people behind him. So I just kind of back away and give my team time to get here. So you see P is TPing. So now I start to go back in. P is TPing. I'm burning Titanar's mana. And I whiffs the Ravage. Ursa doesn't have much mana to work with. This guy already has to TP out. So they don't have Ravage. Sorry, he whiffed the RP earlier, not the Ravage. They don't have Ravage, that was used. They don't have RP, that was used. And so at this point we just go down. Top lane. Take top racks. And go for a couple kills from 1 and 2. Take mid racks. And I think we just take the throne right here. Pretty sure, I think I ended the game with like 6. Yeah, I put a Divine Rapier and quick buy. So basically, the point of this is to highlight the sort of like Brood Mother / Nature's Prophet style of playing Beastmaster in a lost game. I mean, if you're in a game where your team is ahead, your team can teamfight, you don't need to resort to this tactic. But when you're behind, or when the enemy team has much better teamfight, this will win you games that are literally unwinnable. Like this game, we weren't doing too bad. It could have been a lot worse, but it was the teamfights were unwinnable without the split push tactics, and I've won games even more difficult than this one using this kind of tactic. And even games I didn't win, they were at least more entertaining because I felt like we had a chance. And sometimes it doesn't go so well, sometimes you can't get the TP out. But at the very least, it's still a 4v4 if somebody TPs in. The only way that this could be countered would be with like a very mobile hero. Something like Spectre that could TP back, defend, and haunt in. Or Morphling that could make a replicate, TP back, and haunt in. Or maybe a Tinker. Now, in any of those cases, if you can kill the hero, then it's not a problem, but lots of those heroes can be very hard to kill. Spectre, Morphling, Tinker, especially if Tinker doesn't let you get close. So obviously he's not infallible, but you saw my start was very slow. My team had a much worse team fight, but we still managed to pull it out because we forced TPs when they were trying to push to prevent the push, bought time for the Aegis to expire, bought time for my P to catch up and get from his greedy Battle Fury build to actually get some normal items like BKB, HOD, Manta. and we would just pull them apart so they couldn't use their 5-man ultimates. So that's it for this replay commentary and sort of like pseudo guide on Beastmaster. You could play this as an offlane Beastmaster. The same strategy would apply. The only difference is here on 4 position, but the jungle is very fast. Get an extra core out of it. But you know, you don't have to do it 4 position. You can do it offlane. Anyway, that's it for this guide. Let me know if you liked it or any sort of feedback in the comments.